So Xcel is out with a new defense of its decision to preemptively shut off power to 50,000 Coloradans during high winds recently. It is a minute-by-minute accounting of their communication as Xcel prepares to answer to state regulators next week. Our Marshall Zellinger noted that one Coloradan did get a heads up that Xcel was going to shut off the lights. The governor.
Blackouts on Pearl Street in Boulder usually mean something involving alcohol, but earlier this month, it was a purposeful power shutoff by Xcel Energy.
I have some pretty eerie pictures of Pearl Street in the dark.
Bettina Swigger is the CEO of the Downtown Boulder Partnership, which conducted a survey with the Boulder Chamber. That survey resulted in real-time feedback from 94 Boulder businesses. Collectively, they reported $1.3 million in lost revenue from the April 6 power shutoff and almost $250,000 in wages not being paid to employees.
We would love to see some kind of business interruption mitigation impact fund that might be set up for future outages.
And the overwhelming sentiment from that survey? The word communication. Those business owners want better communication from Xcel.
It would have been helpful to have at least 48 hours of notice, and it certainly would have been helpful just to have more communication in general and more accurate communication, including maps.
The Boulder Business Survey was provided to the Colorado Public Utilities Commission ahead of next week's hearing about Xcel's intentional power shutoff. Xcel has also submitted a timeline of its decision-making, what it knew and when. Its first reference to PSPS, Public Safety Power Shutoff, is Friday, April 5th at 6:30 a.m. At 12:30 p.m. on that Friday, the governor's chief of staff was warned it might happen. Between 5 and 5:30 p.m., Governor Jared Polis was told. And then at 8:30 the next morning, the governor's chief of staff was told the power shutoff will happen, along with a list of impacted areas and estimated counts of impacted customers. Today, I asked Polis if he had a responsibility to notify the public about what he knew, especially since Xcel had not been public with specifics.
We were not provided with exact maps or indications of who would lose it. We were told about 50,000 homes. That was the level that was notified to me.
20 minutes ago, I got a little more from the governor's office just sent to my phone, adding that the governor's office is not a utility provider nor utility regulator and does not have a list of Xcel customers, but it's clear the company must do more to notify and improve communication with its customers. That's one of the reasons this hearing is taking place next week. It's really getting Xcel called to the principal's office, having to defend its position and come up with ways that it's not going to happen the same way again.
That's a sassy response from the governor's office, Marshall. I don't think you were implying that the governor should have picked up his phone and started calling Xcel customers, but I think the question is, if the governor knows that Xcel is about to do something that's going to impact a lot of Coloradans, he would be in a unique position to tell Xcel, like, hey, you should tell people.
And as a resident that might have been affected in Boulder, we've done other open records requests where we've seen other jurisdictions got some sort of map, even though it wasn't great, earlier in that morning. And Xcel in their timeline admits they didn't put the first public map out there until 8:30 p.m. Power went off at 3 p.m.
This is interesting stuff because, I mean, we get why they're doing it. They're doing it for public safety, but how they do it also matters. So that's the reason why you've been covering it so intensely. Marshall, thank you.